orbis terrarum sive sphera, sive deus, sive natura. If we are not able to disengage theology from an epistemology that has ruined the distinction between nature and creation, it's in vain that the psalmist has sung, "You send forth your spirit, and you renew the face of the earth." The venerable word human means etymologically from the soil and shares the same root with humus, the soil. Remember that you are dust, and to dust you will return. What good would it be to possess the word if you forfeit your soul? What use it is to save your soul if you forfeit the earth?
It's a kind of room that establishes what this human drama is about, where the architecture begins to enter it. Now it's full of quotations. Is it possible to think those themes in other ways? Is it even relevant? Are we not simply figments of information and energy?
Well, the quality of mercy is not strained. It droppeth. It's the gentle rain from heaven upon the place beneath. It is twice blessed. It blesseth him that gives, and him that takes. 'Tis mightiest in the mighty. It becomes the throned monarch better than his crown, wherein doth sit the dread and fear of kings.
There's a tendency to think order looks like mathematics or geometry. Is our city really a kind of parametric topography of abstract objects? The whole phenomenon of thinking architecture in terms of rules grew out of aesthetics. And that's one of the things that's gotten confused with logical procedures. What that leads to is this tendency that grows up with a metropolis of thinking of the collective less as a political order, but more as statistical trend. The myth of the cave, it's not simply a dialectics of light and dark. It's this possibility, which is a propedeutic, which gives a structure, thinking dialectically, which is your only claim on the highest good. That's what got called a golden section. The geometry is being used as a guide to thought, a way of saying, yes, there is a continuity, and it's a continuity of differences. That's the whole point of continuity. The nature of the difference resonates with respect to the whole. And of course, where philosophy comes from, in the practical life of the polis, that differentiates in a democratic city into these agonic settings. The idea that the way to deal with nature is through scientific knowledge and through its modes of representation, and that gives you a claim on necessity. You may say that a concept or a symbol like the unity of time is nostalgic, but there's something similar on the table. The fundamental conditions of what it means to be human being claimed by a world. What that means as something other than simply productivity, is that really what sustainability is about? Or is it an opportunity to acknowledge in the practical domain what I'm calling an architectural imagination? First of all, you can't separate the temporal and spatial rendering. It's simply a problem of finitude. That is to say, vulnerable, historical, particular humans set in some sort of more enduring context in which the primary meaning resides. That is to say, we are claimed by that primary order.
Je veux dire que ce qui nous apparaît d'abord comme une métaphore, comme le souffle, n'est devenu pour nous une métaphore que parce que nous avons justement séparé une pensée abstraite qui n'a pas de souffle, et puis un souffle qui est de l'air quand nous chassons de nos